welcome to News Extra. And if you happen to have a singing voice that you would like to display out in public, there's a little competition that's coming up a little bit later this month. It is the Voice in the Valley. It's being put on by Theater West. And joining me today are Lauren and Patrick Newell, who are both members of Theater West. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you would, Lauren, tell us a little bit about the genesis and how this idea came about.
Well, we've been trying for a long time to figure out another fundraiser to add to our
repertoire.
Yeah.
Everything you got going on along with Broadway and the Bluffs.
Yeah. And people always attend that. It's really well attended and people look forward to it. And so we were trying to figure out a way to broaden our fan base, get more people involved. And we were really kind of taken with the idea of the Sir Optimus Club doing their Dancing with the Stars fundraiser. And people look forward to that every year too. And so that got us thinking, what can we do that wouldn't at all take away from what they are doing, and just kind of bring more people to the table. And so the idea of basing our fundraiser off of a competition that everybody knows, and has heard of, we started thinking about all the television competitions they have, singing based, like American Idol and The Voice and all of those kinds of things, America's Got Talent. And we figured, since we were a theater that puts on a lot of musicals, that something like that would do really well for us. And so that's kind of where that idea came from.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun over the course of a couple of weekends, actually. If you would, Patrick, explain how this works, starting off with the blind auditions.
Yeah, so we have our first round auditions starting on January 11th, and that's the one that's open to everybody. January 12th, that's our round 2, so we'll already have cut down some of the contestants from January 11th. And then the following weekend are semifinals on January 18th, and that is going to be the top 8. Followed by the top 4 for the finals on January 19th.
Now, if somebody wants to take part in this, how do they do so? Obviously, there's a application and a fee that would be involved, since it is a fundraiser. Mm-hmm. How do they do that?
Well, we have our application forms online. They're on our Facebook page, or you can email us at twauditions@hotmail.com, and we can send you one of those applications. You fill it out. It's a $10 application fee if you get your application to us by, we had originally said the 7th, but we know everybody's just getting back from break and holiday and things like that. So we're going to extend it to the 10th. So if you get your application and your $10 application fee and your music to us by the day before the event, which is the 10th, then it's $10. Like I said, if you want to show up the day of, you can bring your application and music and fee to the Elks Club, which is where this is going to take place, the day of, starting at about 6 o'clock. But at that point, the application fee goes to $15.
Okay. Sounds like it's going to be a blast, and we'll have more on The Voice in the Valley coming up after this break. And we're back on News Extra this morning. We have Lauren and Patrick Newell from Theater West talking to us about The Voice in the Valley. Now, of course, this is a competition, but it's also for people to watch and see and cheer on their favorites. Mm-hmm. And, of course, it's a fundraiser, so I would assume there is an admission fee involved in this.
There is. Tickets for spectators will be $5 at the door, and again, that's at the Elks Club in Scottsbluff. And we're hoping to have a whole bunch of people show up to audition, but at least twice as many there to cheer everybody on. That's what makes it fun.
Yeah, it does. Now, are there some technical requirements as far as the music is concerned? These days everything's either on a thumb drive or MP3 player or something like that. How does that work out for the contestants?
Yeah, for the first 2 rounds, those need to be accompanied by a karaoke track. And so contestants can bring in a thumb drive with that MP3 on there. No?
No.
Nope.
Yes, of course you can. If you're a day of participant, bring anything on an MP3, thumb drive, CD, anything like that. And that's for, if you just, like I said, if you show up the day of the competition, and that's a $15 entrance fee. If you want the $10 entrance fee and send in your application earlier, you're going to need to email us the MP3 of your selection to the email address twauditions@hotmail.com. And so we can get everything sound checked and stuff before we go. But then the second 2 rounds, go ahead.
Right. The exciting thing is for the finals, the semifinals and the finals, we will have a combo there. So we'll have a drummer and pianist and bass player and guitarist, so we can have some live music.
So it'll be live across the board.
Yes.
Oh, that'll be interesting. That'll be kind of fun. You have to kind of wonder, everybody sings in the shower or in the car or whatnot to their favorite music, and then you get the live music, the musicians behind them, and see how things go there. That's where the rubber really meets the road, I guess.
Yeah.
So with the genesis of this, what were you thinking of as far as it being a complimentary thing to Broadway and the Bluffs? I understand with the prizes, there's actually a tie-in.
Yeah, there is. We knew that that people that know Theater West already know Broadway and the Bluffs, and like I said, look forward to it every year. So what we did to kind of tie this into the rest of our season was, among several other prizes, we've got some cash prizes and season tickets and Theater West gift certificates and things. But one of the things that our grand prize winner will receive is a guest appearance performing at Broadway and the Bluffs. And so we're hoping to kind of tie our audiences in together that way.
That's kind of a neat prize package for the top person or top individuals, because I'm certain it's not just, is it just individuals that can sing? Is it groups, duos? How does it set up?
Just individuals.
Okay.
And we have it set up. Patrick had mentioned that you'll need to have your own track for the first 2 rounds. You can also provide your own accompanist. You cannot, though, accompany yourself. It's called The Voice in the Valley. We really want to hear voices that we've never heard before. And we just feel that sometimes when people accompany themselves on the guitar or the piano or some things like that, they are not giving their all vocally because they are having to concentrate on more than one thing. So that's one thing that's a little bit different from The Voice on TV and American Idol and such.
Well, and it has to be kind of interesting to see what kind of talent is out there in small town America, as opposed to, American Idol and The Voice and the other music competitions that you see on TV syndicated all the time. This is the grassroots.
Yeah, and what's cool is there's so much talent in this area, in this whole area, and we always hear from basically the same core musicians, singers, yada, yada, yada. But we know that there are so many more people out there that want to be involved and that have awesome voices that maybe just sing in their churches or, like you said, in their showers. But more people should hear than just their shower walls. So.
And again, if somebody wants to take part, how do they do so?
Lauren, you want to tell them that?
Sure. Well, first of all, I forgot to mention, too, that there's no age limit. I've been getting that question a lot. This is open to all ages as long as you can follow directions, stand on stage by yourself, and sing a memorized song. You're old enough or young enough, so come on over. But we've got our applications available on our Facebook page, or you can email us. We'll send you a copy of that. $10 entrance fee, and your music to us before January 10th.
And then, of course, if it's the day of, it's $15.
It's the day of, it's $15.
And, of course, a $5 admission fee for those who want to come and watch. And, again, this is a fundraiser for Theater West. And explain how the money is raised through this and Broadway and the Bluffs help Theater West throughout the year, especially in the summer rep season.
Broadway and the Bluffs has traditionally been our major fundraiser of the year, and we want to add this on to that. And that money certainly helps our bottom line for producing our summer shows, but we also use that money as seed money whenever we're applying for grants to show that we're raising money locally as well as what we can get from a statewide grant or something like that.
So that's going to be The Voice in the Valley coming up from Theater West, starting up the 11th of January for 2 nights then, and then another 2 nights the 18th and 19th at the Scottsbluff Elks Lodge. Whether you can sing or not, come on out and support the singers if you can't sing, and grab a microphone if you can. Lauren, Patrick, thank you very much for joining us on News Extra today.
Thank you.